You don't start as a hero. You start as a number. You're 18 years old. It's early morning, the kind of quiet that feels ordinary until it isn't. A knock at the door, a brown envelope, official, heavy in a way paper shouldn't be. Your mother opens it. She reads it once, then again, slower this time. Like maybe the words will change if she looks hard enough. They don't. She doesn't cry, not yet. She just turns toward the stove and puts the kettle on, because doing something small feels better than doing nothing at all. 3 weeks later, your life is unrecognizable. You're standing in a military barracks surrounded by strangers. Boys, really. None of you know what you're doing. None of you say it out loud. They shave your head. They hand you a uniform that doesn't quite fit, too tight in the shoulders, too loose in the sleeves. It doesn't matter. You wear it anyway. You get paid 2 shillings a day. Not enough to complain. And even if it was, you wouldn't. Because complaining gets noticed. And being noticed can get you killed. Training moves fast. 6 weeks to turn you into something resembling a soldier. Then more weeks learning how to survive as infantry. They give you a rifle. Cold steel. Heavy in your hands. A bayonet. Long, sharp, personal. A helmet that presses down on your skull. And wool clothing that drinks rain like it's thirsty. You learn fast. How to dig a trench in minutes. How to eat cold rations without thinking about taste. How to clean your weapon every night. Because if it jams, it won't just fail you, it'll betray you. Then one day, without ceremony, you're shipped out. France. Normandy. Now it's real. You're part of a rifle company, about 120 men. On paper, you're just a fraction of a larger battalion, but in reality, you're the front line. And the front line pays the highest price. The first time artillery lands near you, your body betrays you. Your hands shake. Your stomach drops. You feel something you've never felt before. Not fear exactly, but something deeper. You don't talk about it. No one does. Because if you look around, you realize half the men next to you are going through the same thing. By late summer 1944, entire divisions have been shattered and rebuilt multiple times. Faces change. Names disappear. The math becomes simple and terrifying. In your position, survival isn't skill. It's chance. A coin toss. You stay low. You follow orders. You try not to think. Because thinking means realizing what's happening around you. The man beside you, alive one moment, gone the next. No warning. No last words. Just gone. And somehow, 20 minutes later, you're eating. Because someone told you to. Because you have to. You carry a photograph in your pocket. A girl back home. Maybe her name is Mary, or Joan, or something soft and familiar. You haven't written in weeks. What would you even say? Today I watched someone die. No. That doesn't get written. And even if it did, it wouldn't make it past the censors. The truth gets blacked out. War isn't just fought on the battlefield. It's edited before it reaches home. If you survive long enough, something changes. You're no longer just following orders. Now, you're giving them. You become responsible for others. A small group, maybe 10 men. Your pay increases slightly. Your responsibility multiplies. Now, when bullets fly, you're not just thinking about yourself. You're thinking about positioning, timing, decisions. And every decision has consequences. You tell yourself your shaking hands are from the cold. Not fear. Never fear. Because fear, if you admit it, spreads. And if it spreads, people die. You're still young. Too young to carry this weight. But the war doesn't care. Promotions come quickly here. Not because of excellence, because of absence. The people ahead of you are gone.
and someone has to fill the gap. So now it's you. You lead. You move first. You signal others forward. And every time you do, you wonder, am I sending them to survive or to die? There's no time to answer, only time to act. Eventually, you command more. A full section. 8, maybe 10 men. They look at you differently now, not as one of them, but as someone they rely on. You carry a different weapon, something that marks you as leadership, and that makes you visible to your men and to the enemy. Before every attack, your mouth goes dry. Your heart pounds so loud you're sure others can hear it. But when the moment comes, you move, because hesitation is worse than fear. You lead charges across open ground, through fields, through hedgerows, through chaos. You make decisions in seconds. Who advances, who stays, who covers. And afterwards, you write letters to families. You choose your words carefully. Brave, quick, honorable. You don't write the truth. You don't write about the screaming, or how fast it happened, or how little it all meant in the end. Because some truths don't belong on paper. Time passes. If you're lucky. If luck even exists here. Now you're responsible for dozens of men. You've been here longer than most. You've seen enough to know how fragile everything is. New officers arrive. Young, educated, clean uniforms. They outrank you, but they don't understand this world yet. You do. Sometimes they listen. Sometimes they don't. The ones who don't last long. And when they're gone, you take over. No ceremony, no announcement, just a silent understanding. Now it's your voice giving orders, your judgment deciding outcomes, your burden to carry. At the highest enlisted levels, you become something else entirely. A constant, a figure others look to, not just for orders, but for stability. You've seen everything. You've trained men who never came back. You've watched boys become soldiers, and soldiers become names on lists. You maintain discipline, structure, routine. Because without those things, everything falls apart. Even the officers depend on you, even if they never say it. Because experience can't be taught, only survived. And then there are the officers. Young men given command over lives. Some barely older than the soldiers they lead. Their survival rates are low. Not because they're careless, but because they lead from the front. They stand where decisions are made, where visibility is highest, where enemies are watching. They become targets. Not symbols, targets. As rank increases, something strange happens. Distance grows. You command more men, but see less of the fighting. You read reports instead of witnessing events. Numbers replace faces. Casualties become statistics. You still remember their names, but now they're written on paper instead of spoken in conversation. You make decisions that affect hundreds, thousands, and every decision carries a cost. Advance or hold. Attack or wait. Each choice trades lives for progress, and once made, it can't be undone. At the very top, war looks different. Cleaner, quieter. There are maps, tables, strategies. Not mud, not blood. You sleep in a bed, eat hot meals, but every morning you receive reports. Numbers, casualties, losses, thousands. You decide where entire units move, where battles begin, where sacrifices are made. History will remember your name, but it won't remember the individuals, the ones who paid for those decisions. Because in the end, that's what this system is. Not just an army, a structure, a